What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Stratora. This app is going to help you take recruiting to the next level. Every single team member that's actively involved in leadership or recruiting should be using this app to get your team to the next level. As you guys know, once you are recruiting on a really high level, a lot of high quality talent with a lot of high volume, it's super important to have a system in place to help you keep track of everything that's going on in the business. And this app is going to help you do exactly that. So number one, you can see the app is designed to keep track of every single recruit at every single stage of the business. And for me, that I've been recruiting for over 10 years, it's super important to maximize my time and optimize it so I can do repetitive tasks over and over again to talk to as many people as possible. And that way I can help each recruit through the recruiting process. So one of the first features you're going to see in the recruiting app is you're going to see a tool to add new recruits. So for example, let's say I go out there and I recruit somebody, right? I'm going to put down as myself, right? My middle name. And I'm going to fill out my information. And I got a lead from somebody that's interested in working with me. And so I'm going to put down their information, right? We're going to fill out, their phone number. We're going to fill out the position that we're hiring them for. We're going to hire him as a closer, right? And because he's a prospect, he's just a lead. We haven't scheduled an interview. We haven't done anything, with him. We're just going to list him down as a prospect, okay? If you have a LinkedIn information, you can put that as well. If you have a resume that they, airdropped over to you, you can also drop that in there. Also, if you have any notes or any, things that came up during that initial conversation, you can jot them down. So I'm going to put cool guy, okay? And we're going to add the recruit. What that's going to do is that's going to add Fernando to the pipeline, okay? Now, what's going to be super cool is you're going to see that at the top, there's a customizable numbers chart that you can customize depending on what metrics you want to track for, right? As a leader and as a recruiter, it's super important to know exactly what's going on in the business every single day, especially if you're recruiting on a really high level. Now, as you can see, there's going to be different recruits at different stages. And at the top, you can see a toggle down menu that lets you look at which recruits are at different stages. The reason why this is so important in recruiting is because if you're working through your pipeline and you are trying to, systemize every single process that you do, it's super important to know exactly where everybody's at. One of the biggest problems that I see in recruiting is they start recruiting a lot of people, but everyone's all over the place. Some people are in the middle of training. Some people are a brand new lead and no one's contacted them yet. Somebody's got lost in the first interview. Somebody got lost in the onboarding process. And that's the typical mess that you see in most companies. What's super important here is that every single one of these stages is going to help you move the reps along depending on the stage that you're in. It's going to automatically help you push every single recruit to the next stage. That way you can help recruits go through your entire opportunity, your entire sales organization, and set them up for success, okay? Now, one of the things you're going to see is obviously there's different stages, and you can select on different stages so you can go through each one of those, stages. For example, if you have a day where you want to reach out to new recruits, you can click on prospects, and it's only going to show you the leads that you need to contact, right? But also, let's say you have a day where you want to reach out to your onboarding team and you want to make sure everybody has the paperwork, right? We can click on hired and it's going to show me all the recruits that have an actionable item, right? For example, let's add a recruit. Let's add Teddy to the team, right? We're going to add him on. We're going to send him an email as well. Bear with me while I put this information in. He's going to be a setter for the company. Now, he was already hired, right? So he's going to jump right into hired. Rep was hired and offered a job, okay? Now, what's super cool is that now if I need to, make sure every single rep that was hired and I need to make sure all those reps are onboarding correctly, I can click on hired and I'm going to be able to track each one of those reps, right? Now, what's super cool about this app is you can actually go and edit your stages to your company. So every company is going to be a little bit different. Some companies are going to have different cycles. Some people are going to have multiple interviews. Some people are going to have events that they want to add, to each of the recruiting pipelines. So what's going to be cool about that is you can actually add your custom stages to the app. For example, let's say I'm going to have an event where we're going to invite new reps to Topgolf. Okay, we're going to add a new reps to Topgolf event for recruiting, right? What's going to be cool about this is we've implemented AI to help you with some of these repetitive mundane tasks that you have to do over and over again. Okay, and one of the things you can do with AI in the app is you can train the AI to help you take care of some of those repetitive tasks that we have to do as recruiters, right? So for this example, I can give the AI a basic instruction. So every time that you click on the assist button, it will do exactly what you're telling it to do. Okay. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to say, send a friendly invite to this recruit via email. Let them know the event is on, Friday, August 30th, whatever that day is, 2025. The location is going to be in Dallas, Texas. Let them know it's going to be a fun event. Okay. So I'm going to add that stage right there. Now, for example, you can also customize the order of which, these show up in your pipeline. But one of the cool things you're going to notice is that when we go back to the stages, right? One of the things that we can do is we can actually invite each one of these reps to the Topgolf event using AI. When you customize one of these actions, all you will have to do is press on the AI assist. And now that instruction that you gave the rep or the AI will automatically send an email letting the rep know about the invitation to the event, letting them know, hey, this is what's going to happen. And it will do it automatically by the click of the button, right? So I'm going to click on send an email, AI assist, and it's going to help me send that invite. Now, what's super cool about that is you can actually customize each one of those actions depending on your individual and custom stages of your company, right? For example, one of the custom actions that I set up for prospects, right? I set up an action to whenever I have a lead that maybe I took their information down, maybe I met them at a restaurant, maybe I met them at an event, and I took down their information and I just put it down in my system, right? The next day when I'm at work, when I'm in my recruiting mode, I pre-programmed an action for the agent to automatically send an email with an invitation to my calendar. And so what the AI agent's going to do for these prospects, I'm going to click on AI assist and it will automatically send an invite to all the reps that I've met. And that's going to help me speed up the process of, setting up an interview, talking to these reps. And it's also going to make me move along faster, right? Not only that, so you'll also have access to add users to your company. So if you're a leader, you're a team leader, you're a sales manager, you're a company owner, one of the things that you can do is you can add recruiters and leaders to the organization so they can also have access to the app. Just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown. This is super exciting. We're taking recruiting to the next level with Altura Consulting. And also now with Stratora, this new app that we're launching, we're going to get ahead of everybody in the competition. We're going to get ahead, not just in high-level recruiting, high-quality recruiting, but also in systems and optimizing recruiting. So if you guys want more information about this and you guys want to learn how this can be applied to your company, we're here to help. Send us a message.